Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson, and today we're going to talk about fire safety because as the summer comes along, people maybe are wanting to have a lot of fun, which we want them to do, but we always want you to be safe. And here to give us all kinds of good tips is Scott Henry, who is the Education Coordinator with Washington Township Fire. And we're so glad to have you, Scott.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
And so we want everyone to have a good summer, right?
Absolutely.
A summer free of injury.
That's right. You know, we want to keep everybody safe so that you can continue to have more fun. We don't want you to have any regrets.
And a big thing right now, especially as we approach the 4th, is fireworks. And I know we always say leave fireworks to the experts, but not everybody does that.
Absolutely. One of the other things to remember, obviously, this year, too, is our fireworks are going to be on July 3rd.
July 3rd, yes. We cannot drive that home enough.
So you get to experience them a little bit early, which is going to be great. And it's going to be a phenomenal show.
Yes.
So just go watch the professionals do it.
That's right.
You know, that's what we really, you know, as common as they are, we still want people to remind people that fireworks are still illegal in the state of Ohio. So, you know, even the safe fireworks that we are allowed to use are still kind of dangerous. So the smoke bombs that you can, things that you can buy at
So all those are
Kroger's,
considered fireworks?
They're considered novelty fireworks.
Okay.
So things like smoke bombs and snakes and sparklers, those are legal, but they are still very, very dangerous. The sparklers are magnesium. And when those sparklers burn, and I'm sure maybe you've seen them, the little wire thing in the center there turns bright red. Well, that magnesium is burning at over 2,000 degrees. So when the kids have them and wave them around and the sparks rain down, and then it runs out and they drop that piece of metal in their yard, and they're running around in flip-flops or maybe barefoot, it's a 2,000 degree piece of metal that they've just dropped there. So
that's a good reminder to people, because you don't just stand like this with a sparkler, right?
Yeah,
you've got to run and so don't do that.
Absolutely. You know, again, we want you to see the professional show.
Yeah.
If you're going to have some of those, safely have a bucket of water. Teach the kids when the sparkler's done, drop that piece of metal in the bucket of water, and you'll hear it sizzle and boil, and you know, they're very warm and very dangerous. And the same thing with any of the novelty fireworks
like
that you
the smoke bombs and
the smoke bombs, the
snakes.
reason that they burn and put the smoke out is they're extremely hot. When you go to pick it up when you're done, you can burn your hand again. So. And
I know when we do shows like this, I always say, you know, this is common sense, but for some reason, sometimes when we get novelty items and things like that, common sense tends to leave us. So
absolutely,
it's a good reminder for everybody. Really, we're saying, leave it to the professionals, but even these fireworks, because we were talking before the program that people are having fireworks shows, and actually, you can catch a fireworks show throughout the Miami Valley right now. I mean, every community seems to have one a different night. So
absolutely,
if you want to even have fireworks on July 4th, come to ours on July 3rd, go to another community for July 4th, right?
Yeah, you're going to have, you know, different golf courses and parks and communities between cities and jurisdictions and parks departments. You know, one of the good things of having July 4th right in the middle of the week is there were professional shows this past weekend. They'll be on the 3rd, on the 4th. There'll be fireworks shows next weekend as well. You can really stretch out your holiday.
And as much as you love the fireworks, we also want to remind folks that if you are in Centerville, if you are at the high school or around the high school for our fireworks show, you cannot have a drone.
Right. That is something technically that should never have been allowed in the past, and it wasn't legal in the past. But this year we have a new thing. We have a no-fly zone from the FAA, and we have the artwork there. So anywhere in the vicinity of the high school, I believe it's a 5,000-foot radius around there, and that is now an FAA-sponsored
so why is that, Scott? Because we could say, oh man, I just want to get pictures of these really cool fireworks, but it really poses a huge danger, doesn't it?
Well, there's a couple things. One, if people maybe aren't the best drone pilot in the world, they can get in the way of the show, and they can actually hit a shell on its way up, which could then divert that explosive shell someplace where it's not intended to go. And obviously the drones aren't on a wire, it's a wireless signal. And our fireworks shows and most fireworks shows anymore are all electronically set off. Mm-hmm. It's not a guy with a fuse anymore lighting those. So we want to keep those electronic signals away from the guys on the ground, so we don't have any inadvertent fireworks launches.
And drones is a whole different show, I know, but really you have to be careful and you have to be licensed now, right?
You know, it's the licensing, so it has a little serial number on your drone, and you know that's registered with the government, and they are fun. You know, absolutely. And like we said before, we don't want to stop people from having fun.
But in the right place and time.
Safe.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of fun, cookouts. Of course, this summertime is a big time for cookouts as well. And you find yet common sense. Some folks sometimes aren't using good sense when it comes to grills.
So we got there's a couple different rules that we just want to remind people of. You know, with cooking out and grills, one of the things we want to remind people is to keep them at least 10 feet away from anything combustible.
Okay.
As in your wood deck or your house or your garage.
Some big things, yeah.
Things like that. And that is just a reminder for the people who possibly would live in a condo, an apartment complex, any unit that has 3 or more, or any building that has 3 or more units. It's actually a state law that you need to have your grill at least 10 feet away from the structure. You can't even store it on your house. And if you live in an apartment complex, a condo, generally out in the green spaces, maybe they'll have a little gazebo, maybe they'll have some spots by a swimming pool if the complex has one, and those are where the grills are supposed to be, not up on the building.
So if somebody has questions, they could give you a call and ask.
Absolutely.
It's probably on the website too, I would imagine.
It's on the website, they can, which is www.washingtontwp.org. They can call us at fire headquarters at 433-3083. But yeah, we just want to keep them away, and it makes common sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
We have a gas grill and we're cooking things over open flame. Don't put that right next to your house. Don't put it in an apartment complex. Don't put it next to your apartment and everyone else's apartment in that whole building. And when you think about it differently, yeah, it makes common sense. We want to keep the flame away from everything else you own.
Yeah, and if you're on a second level or above, you're not even supposed to have a grill anywhere.
Shouldn't even store it out there.
Yeah, that's a good reminder for people, because I think sometimes you can see things like that
Absolutely.
when you're out and about. And then, of course, too, summertime, it's been very hot, kids are out cooling off. They're in the pool, and maybe they stay in the pool a little bit too long because it's so hot, and those breaks are so important when you're swimming in a pool.
Absolutely.
Or in a lake or any body of water.
Yeah, it's, you know, we want to keep everybody cooled off, yes, but we want to keep them safe. So think of those times when you've been at a community pool that has a lifeguard, and once an hour they blow the whistle and everybody has to get out. That is to make sure that people don't overdo it. You know, swimming is a strenuous activity. We want to give your body a break from being in the water that long. It gives you time to recuperate. It gives the family time to get everybody together. And we just want to remind you, you know, think about yourself, your own health, your own fitness, but also think about the people that you're at the pool there with. So if you bring the kids, you know, as much fun as it is to lay out on the Chase Lounge and get a magazine and just kind of enjoy the nice weather that we've been having, we want to make sure that somebody, one person in that group, has an eye on the kids all the time, just like a lifeguard. And when you watch those lifeguards, that they don't really take their eyes off of the pool. When you go to, you know, the rec center or when you talk to a lifeguard, they're going to answer you while they're looking at the water. They aren't going to take their eyes off the kids. We don't want you to take your eyes off your own kids. So we just want to remind people to keep their eyes on all those little kids, because the kids aren't thinking about safety.
Right, they're having fun and they're doing somersaults or whatever, and maybe even swim with a buddy at all times. Just make sure people know where you are and
Yes, we don't want anybody to ever swim alone. Ever. So.
All right, so those are good reminders for people of good things to do, but we also want to talk about probably the biggest Firefighters Association event of the year, which is when we talk about heat, cooling off with ice cream, the Ice Cream Social.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good time. It's the second Sunday in August.
Yeah.
It's August 12th this year. It takes place from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be at our Fire Station 44, which is on the corner of Centerville Business Parkway and Clio Road. and it is just an amazing event.
And it happens rain or shine. We'll let
Yeah,
people know, 'cause we're going to have a gorgeous day, I know.
It's going to be great. It is. I've been going for over 20 years now. We've had some sprinkles one time. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, see, talk about cooling off.
Yeah, so we got fun things for the kids. That's always one of the last things that we do there, where we clean them off
Good
with
thinking.
the soap bubbles.
Common sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That way, when the kids have buckets and buckets of ice cream all day long and get all sticky, we can clean them off there for the parents. But lots of activities.
Oh, and this is such a fun activity. Yeah.
One of our older fire engines, we wax up real good at the beginning. Let the kids paint on it with some waterproof or water soluble paint.
Right. Yeah.
And then we can clean it off at the end of the day there, so they can write their name.
Yeah, we talked about ice cream, but we didn't talk about all the great food. And wow. It's
You
good.
can't start with dessert as much as I would like to. You got to eat first.
Yeah.
So that is our 20-foot long chicken grill that we do our barbecue chicken on.
And these guys know how to cook, right? I mean, really good cooks.
Well, you can look. That's a serious setup they have there. So.
And the corn is always my favorite.
So yeah, I mean, we got some great sweet corn, and I was out for a drive over the weekend, and growing up, I always heard that.
High as an elephant's eye.
Well, and I was also thinking the knee high by the 4th of July. There's corn out there that is taller than me right now. So it's going to be a great season for corn on the cob. We do the chicken that you saw, hamburgers, hot dogs, all the fixins, and the scoops of ice cream.
And there's
amazing.
there's entertainment and activities, and it's just like a
we
whole
have music,
day.
kids games.
Yeah.
We have the entire fire department there, so the kids can see all of the fire apparatus. They can climb on, get some great pictures. There's going to be some antique fire apparatus that we bring.
And
not
all
only
of
from
the
us, from other
proceeds
people.
actually support Firefighters Association. So you're a good cause too.
Absolutely.
Right?
So we can, get some training items, some other things that aren't budgeted by the fire department that allow us to, serve the citizens of both the city and the township.
And one of the things that I think people, you still do the envelopes, so everybody gets a packet of tickets, right?
Yeah, they're gonna
raffle?
They'll get the tickets. We also have them where they can be on their website. They can download them and fill them out. They want to get more. So we have raffle tickets or raffle prizes that are donated by area businesses. Food items,
Great prizes.
Great prizes. We have 3 main prizes, which I don't know what they are yet, but they're always cool. And people can get in there, and it's just a great time for the community. So many times when you deal with the fire department, it's when you call that.
Right.
When you call us, it's not a good day. So you have those emergency things, and this way, the citizens, especially the kids, can interact with the fire department and see what we have going on, and they can play. There's lots of kids activities, like you saw with the spraying of the foam and the painting the fire engine.
And demonstrations and just all kinds of good stuff.
We do
right?
demonstrations all day. It's our one day of the year where, we just like to give back and have fun and just show off a little bit and show the community their fire department.
And again, that's on Sunday, August 12th.
August 12th.
Right, and website's a good place to go for more information about that as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's just kind of give our viewers a little checklist here of summer safety things. Again, we talked about fireworks, no.
Yep. Just go to the shows, and remember the Americana Festival, our fireworks this year.
July 3rd.
July
We'll make sure everybody remembers July 3rd.
Yep.
And also drones, not near the fireworks, at least around Centerville High School.
Absolutely. Keep those safe, keep them away. Everybody's going to have a good time, and we just want to make sure everybody has a good, fun summer.
And the same thing with sparklers. Use with care. You suggested a bucket with water. Make sure that those are handled carefully. Swimming, eyes on all swimmers at all times.
It's just watch those kids, and even the adults too. I don't want to say that it's just the kids. Somebody needs to be looking out for the safety of everybody in that pool.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here, and for I hope you have a safe summer. I know you will.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we'll see you at the fireworks on July 3rd. For more information, give us a call, 433-7151.